Okay, hello class, good day. In this video, I will be discussing here our next topic in HTML, which is images. Okay, so today in this lesson, we're going to discuss how to add image, how can you manipulate image in HTML. Okay, so from our previous lessons, we have already discussed the fonts, how to scroll, how to bounce text in HTML. So today we're going to proceed now and we're going to discuss now images in HTML. Okay, so if you open your Google Classroom, you will see this presentation. You can open the presentation while I'm discussing so that you can follow what I'm doing, and you can also see clearly on what part are we discussing already. Okay, so let's start now class. Okay, so let me just present this whole screen so that you will see it better. Okay, so images in HTML. Okay, so let's start. So images are very important to beautify as well as to depict many complex concepts in simple way on your web page. Okay, so basically it means that image or pictures are used to design the web page of your website, okay, using the HTML. So this lesson will take you through simple steps to use images in your web pages. Okay, so here in today's lesson, you will learn here how to manipulate image using HTML and also using Notepad. Okay, so first thing that we have to learn first is how to insert images in HTML. Okay, so you can insert any image in your web page by using this tag. Okay, this tag is the image tag, and the image tag is img. Okay, img, so you can remember it easily. So it's like a shortcut for image, img. So following is the simple syntax to use this tag. Okay, so this is the very simple syntax on using the image attribute or the image element in HTML. Okay, so img, and then you can see here that image has no closing tag. Okay, it has no closing tag, it's just an opening tag. Okay, so img, and then src means source. So source is, from the name itself, this will be the source from where you can use your image. Okay, it's like if you save your image in your computer, so there's a location there, you have to put that location, and that will be the source of your image. And then image URL, if your image in HTML comes online, okay, it comes from websites online, so you have to insert here in source the image URL, and then after that you can add more attributes in the image tag. Okay, so just remember the tag for image is img, and then source or src is the location of your image in your computer or the location from the internet. Okay, so the image tag is an empty tag. Okay, it is an empty tag. So empty tag means it has no closing tag. Okay, it's just an opening tag, which means that it can contain only lists of attributes and it has no closing tag. Okay, so it's just an opening tag, and inside the opening tag of the image tag you can add many attributes. Okay, so later on I will show you different attributes that you can use here on the image tag. Okay, so let's discuss first our first example. Okay, so to try the following example, let's keep our HTML file. So for example, the file name of our file is test.html. So this is test.html, okay? And the image file that we're going to use is, for example, test.png, and we have to put them in the same directory, okay, in the same folder, okay, in the same location in your computer. Okay, so for example, these are the codes like HTML, and then the head and the title is inside the head, and the title here is using image in web page, and the body. So the first part of the body is a paragraph that it says simple image insert. So how to insert image in HTML, okay? And img source or src equals, and then the location of your file, okay? For example, this is the location of your file in your computer, HTML images test.png, and then alt. So alt is equals test image. So I will discuss this later, what is this alt, okay? And then the body. So this is the first example class. So let's try and do this example. So I will open my notepad here, okay, and let's say let's save this first, okay? So go to file and save as, and then let's say I want to save it on my desktop, okay, on my desktop, okay. So, and then the file name of my file is, let's say, example dot let's try the test.html, okay, and then all files, and then let's save it on desktop. So maybe we can just create here a new folder on our desktop. Let's create a new folder in our desktop, and let's say HTML lesson, okay. Let's say this is the folder in our desktop, and then we can just save this test.html inside, okay, inside the HTML lesson. So just click save, and then this notepad is already saved in our desktop. Now class, let's do the example here, okay? So let's just type here HTML, and then the ending tag for HTML, okay, and then here is the head, okay, head first, and then head closing tag, okay, and then inside the head is where we're going to put the title, okay, and then title again, and then here backslash title, okay, and inside here is what we're going to do is, let's put here insert image, okay, like insert image, and then here is what we're going to do here is let's put here the body, okay. So now next is the body, okay, let's body, and the ending tag of body is this one, okay, body. Okay, inside the body is where we're going to put our codes, like for example here the P or the paragraph tag, okay, and let's put here like okay, let me just add this one. Okay, wait a minute, okay. Okay, so let's continue. So let's say this here, we're going to put here, this is insert image, okay, sample. Okay, so this is the insert image sample, and then how to insert an image in HTML. So let's make it like this, okay, so that you will see this one very easily, okay. So here insert image. So just use the image tag, okay, like this. And then in the image or the opening tag, okay, this is the opening tag, right? And then here you're going to do the source, right? src source, and then equals, and then here is the location or the source of your image. And here, class, we haven't download any image yet, so maybe we can just search the internet to have an example of image that we can insert in our example. Let's say HTML images. Okay, so for example, let's try this one. So let's open this, and maybe we can download this file. So save image as, and then you can see here, like, change the name. For example, let's add it on the desktop. Okay, let's add it first on the desktop. Okay, and then this is our file, HTML lesson, right? And we can just change the name here, HTML image. Okay, so let's save this, and you can see here it's a PNG image. So just save, and if we open our desktop here, HTML lesson, we can see here the test. So this is the notepad that we save inside the HTML lesson, and the image, so they are in the same folder, so they should be in the same folder like this one. Okay, and then after this, let's go back to our program on the notepad. So the source, now we have to find the source, right? So how can we find the source? So we just have to, like, go to the file manager, and then this is our image, right? You can just right click here to know the source, like go to properties on your image, and you can see here the location. So just copy this location. Okay, let's say this is the location of my file, so just copy this. Okay, and then paste it here on the image source like this one. So paste, and you can see here it's already here. So it's saved in C, and then users, and then this one, okay, Warren Santa Maria, and then desktop, and the HTML lesson. And then on the HTML lesson at the end, we should add here /, okay, /, and then the name of our image. The name of our image is HTML image.png, right? So like this. So the end should be the name of your image. So like this one. So if we go to file and save this and open our image, this our test, okay, this one. So let's open this, and you can see here, okay, so there is no image here, right? No image, so it cannot load the image. So the next thing that we have to do first is, oh, I think I know now why there is no image here, because I think I saved the wrong name. Okay, the name here is HRML, okay, HRML, which it should be HTML image. So let's change it to HTML image like this one. Okay, and then let's refresh this, and you can see here the paragraph here is insert image sample and HTML. Okay, this is the image that we download. And on our example, class, okay, look at our example here. We have here this alt, right? Alt equals test image. Okay, so let's also add that attribute in our notepad. So after this location, let's just space here, and then alt equals, and then test image. Okay, so what is the meaning of this alt? So this is just an alternative text if the image is not loading. Okay, if the image is not loading and you have an error on your HTML, so let's try this. Okay, earlier, okay, we already experienced an error earlier, right? We have a wrong name for our HTML file. So let's say let's change it back to HRML. So as you can see, HRML image, so it's a wrong file from the image that, or from the code that we use on the HTML, right? It should be HTML image. So if we save this and then run this program, so just refresh, you can see here that this is the alternative, the alt, okay? It's an alternative text when the image is not loading, like this one. You can see the image is not loading, so it will just display the text image, okay? So that is the use of this HTML, okay? That is the use of this, wait. Okay, let's change it back. Let's make it smaller, okay? Okay, so that is the use of this alt text image, okay? So here, let's go back and change it to, rename it and change it to HTML, okay? Okay, so I think it's fine now. So if we refresh this, yeah, it's working, okay? So that this is how you will insert an image in HTML. So you just have to use this tag, image, okay? Image tag, this one, img, and then just put the source, or from where you download, or from where you save your image in your computer, and then the alt is an alternative text on your HTML if your image is not loading, okay? So that is how you insert image in HTML, okay? So let's continue class. So the output of this example here is this one, okay? So as you can see, this will be the output, like simple image insert. Okay, so you can use PNG, JPEG, or GIF or GIF image file based on your comfort, but make sure that you specify the correct image file name in SRC attribute, okay? So what I mean here, class, is as you can see here, the file name of the image that we use is .png, okay? So it's up to you what file type you want to use. Like if you want to use a JPEG file type, so you just have to change it to .jpeg, okay, like this. And if you want to use GIF or GIF, so just type here .gif, because that is the file name that you save, okay? So that is what I mean here. So it's up to you if you want to use a PNG or a JPEG or a GIF file, okay? So now class, okay, here the alt. So the alt attribute that I showed you earlier, so it is a mandatory attribute which specifies an alternate text for an image if the image cannot be displayed. So it's up to you, okay? It's up to you if you want to use, or if you want to add an alt or alternative text if the image is not loading, okay? Because sometimes, right, if the internet is very slow, the image is not going to load, so you can just add an alternative text for that image, okay? So that is the alt attribute. So now class, let's discuss what are the differences between, or among JPEG, PNG, and GIF. Okay, so what are the difference between them? Okay, so GIF, JPEG, and PNG are the primary graphic formats used on the internet. So it is the most common file type of images that we use on the internet. Okay, and they are also variously employed in print, presentation, and multimedia design. Okay, so all these three formats utilize compression techniques for saving images in reduced file size, okay? They are commonly used, okay, because they have a functionality wherein even if your image is a very high quality, it can still reduce the file size of your image, okay? Even if you can compress it, the file size of your image is will be smaller compared to other type of image. So these three are the most common, okay? So what are the differences between them, guys? So let's discuss one by one all those three. So the first one is GIF, or GIF or GIF. So it's pronounced either GIF or GIF, and it is supported by all web browsers. So, and all browsers supported this, even if you use Safari or you use Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge. Okay, so all browsers support this GIF. So although licensing may be required in certain instances, okay, GIF is currently the only option for putting animation on the internet aside from Flash. Okay, so I think if you're already familiar with what GIF means, so it's like an animation, it's a moving image, okay, on the internet, that you can also use this GIF on HTML, okay. So it supports 8-bit colors or 256 colors, and it features background transparency and animation, okay, animation. It requires image editing and animation program. So before you create a GIF, of course, you have to use a software that will let you create animations, okay. It is also used for line drawing, icons, and simple logos, okay. Should not be used for photos or graphics with complex colors or gradients. So image quality never degrades with resaves. So even if you edit this and save this file again, okay, resave it, so the image quality never degrades, okay. So now let's discuss JPEG, okay. First, GIF. Remember that GIF, it is used for animation on the internet, okay. So JPEG, pronounced JPEG, yeah, is also supported by all web browsers. So it's the same with GIF. So it supports 24-bit colors or 16.7 million colors, okay, so that's a lot. Next is, it is used for photographic images and graphics with complex colors. And then, so this is the downside if you use JPEG, because image quality degrades slightly when a JPEG is resaved. So for example, you have a JPEG image, and then you edit it, like you crop something on that image, and then you save it again. So the quality of the image degrades slightly, or it reduces the image quality slightly if you use a JPEG, okay. So no background transparency. And lastly is the PNG or ping. I think it's pronounced ping, okay, but I pronounce it PNG because it's more accurate, I think. PNG, so it is the newest graphic format and is designed to be an improved pre-successor to GIF format. So the PNG format is not yet supported by all browsers, although this is changing, okay. So this is PNG. It's the same with JPEG. It supports 24-bit colors, and it features background transparency, okay. So you can use PNG if you want to have a transparent background on your image, okay. That's the difference between PNG and JPEG, okay. So as you can see here, there is no, okay, at the last bullet here, it says no background transparency, okay. So you can create a background transparency in JPEG, but if you are using PNG, so it supports background transparency, okay. You can have a transparent background. So it does not support animation because animation is for GIF. So image quality never degrades with resaves, okay. So this is the good thing in PNG. Even if you resave it or save it again and again, its quality will not degrade, okay, or it is not reduced, okay. So older printers may not support PNG transparencies, okay. So if you're using an older printer, so I suggest that you will not use PNG, but we're talking about here HTML, so you can use either of them, okay, between those three. So in short, PNG is good option for transparency and non-lossy smaller files. Larger files, not so much unless you demand non-lossy images. And GIF is largely a novelty and only useful for animation, okay, moving images. and JPG or JPEG is still the king for photographs and images, okay, on the internet. So that is the PNG, GIF, and JPEG, okay. So it's up to you guys what type of image you want to use in your HTML file, okay. So now let's move on, guys. So earlier I discussed with you how to insert an image in HTML. Now here I will show you guys how to set image width and height. You can change the height and the width of your image, okay. So you can set this to based on your requirement using width and height attributes. So you just have to use this width and height, okay. There are width and height attributes. So you can specify width and height of the image in terms of pixels or percentage of its size, okay. So let's try an example for this, guys, okay. I will show you first the example. So let's say this is our example. We have the head, the title, and inside the body it's just almost the same image, and then src, so for the source, and then equals, and then the location of your image, and then alt for the alternative text, and the width, okay. If you want to change the width, you just use the word width, and then equals, and then a number, okay. It's either pixel or percentage of the actual size, and the height is, if you want to change the height, just use the word height. So let's try an example for this class, okay. So let's say this one, let's say that this is our code, okay. I will not change this, okay. We have here the alt, and then after the alt we just have to use here the width, okay, width, and then equals, and let's say 150, okay, and then height equals, okay, it should be inside two quotation mark like this. Height, width is 150, height is 100. So this is still inside the image, okay. It is still inside the image. So when we try and save this file, and let's do this one and refresh. So as you can see, this is the output, okay. The size of our image becomes smaller because it changed to the value that we have provided here. Like the width is 150, the height is 100, okay. So if you want to make it like 150 for our 150 for the height and 200 for the width, okay, so it will become bigger. So save, and let's go back here and refresh. So the HTML image here becomes bigger. So it's up to you how much bigger you want to use your image, but this is how you will change the width and the height of your image in HTML, okay. So the output of this is this one. So for example, this one. So now class, I will show you here how to set a border for your image, okay. So by default, image will have a border around it, okay. So the default value of the border of an image in HTML is 0, okay. So you just have to use the border attribute if you want to change the border of your image. So just use this border attribute. So thickness of 0 means no border, okay. So if you initialize the value for the border 0, so that means that there is no border, okay. So let's try this one. First, let me show you an example. Okay, so this is the example. So we are still here on the image tag, and then the source alt. So here is the border equals, and then the value 3, okay. So just use the word border if you want to add border in your image. So let's try it, okay. So here, let's delete the width and the height, okay. The width and the height. Okay, let's remove the width and the height first, and let's go back and save. So if we save it and we remove the width and the height, our image here will go back to its normal size. And as you can see here, there is no border on our image. So if we want to add a border, so just have to use border equals and then value 3. Okay, let's say 3 for the border. So let's go and save this, save, and then go to our output and refresh. And as you can see, there is a border now on our image. You can see this black line on the side of our image. So this is the border. So if we want to have a thicker border, let's say 10. Okay, so from 3 we change it to 10. So let's go back here and refresh this. Okay, so as you can see, the border becomes thicker when we change the value to a higher value. Okay, so this is how you use the border in HTML. Okay. So now class, let's continue. Okay, so that is the how to set the border. So example, and the output is this one. There will be a border on our image just like this one. Okay, so we can also set the alignment of our image. Okay, so by default, the image will align at the left. Okay, if we add an image in HTML, it will be placed on the left side. Okay, because that is the default. But we can still change it using the align. Okay, align attribute to set it in the center or right. Okay, for example, you want to put your image on the center or at the right side of your web page, so you can just use this align attribute. So let's try. So let's say this is the border, right? So let's try and maybe change delete this border, and let's try here align. Okay, align, and then equals, and then let's say we want to put it on the center. So just put here center, and then go to file and save this. So let's try and see. Let's go back here and refresh. Okay, so as you can see, wait a minute. So let's open the example first. Okay, so align right. Okay, so what's wrong with our program here? Okay, align. So let's say align equals right. Okay, file and save this and refresh. Oh yeah, so it becomes, or it goes to the right. Okay, but we can also change it to center. So let's try. Why is it not working on center? Center. Okay, file and save this, and let's go back here and refresh. Okay, so the center is not working on this notepad, but this is how you use the center. Okay, but if it's not working, let's try it again. Save to the right and refresh. Yeah, so it's working. So maybe if you want to put it on the center, guys, you can just right here on the image, and let's just use the center. Okay, center tag like this one, the closing tag center. Okay, so if we use this and go to file and save, okay, and refresh. Okay, so it's not changing to center. Center. Okay, what's wrong with our program? Oh, because we have here align. Okay, let's delete this. Let's go back, file and save. Okay, and yeah, so this is how you will, if you want to make it your image on the center. Okay, so that is how you use it. But if you want it to go to the left, just default. But if you want your image to the right, then you can just use the align equals right. But if you want it on the center, you can use the center tag. Okay, like this one. Okay, so that is how you set the alignment of your image in HTML. So next class is, okay, so here's the example of set image alignment. Okay, you can just open this in your Google Classroom. So the output of this is like this one. It will go to the right side of the image or the HTML file. Okay, it goes to the right, because we set it to the right. Okay class, so that is so that is all class for the discussion about this image in HTML. So here in this lesson, I have shown you the very basic functions that you can do in images in HTML. So the first one is how to insert an image. So how to insert an image, use the img. And then this is the example. You can just look at the Google Classroom. I posted this presentation in your Google Classroom. So class, that is all for the discussion about this HTML images, and after this class I will be playing another video about the activity for today about this image in HTML. And also class, if you have any questions, if you have any clarifications, if you have something that you need help, you can just ask me. You can turn on your microphone and ask me about this discussion about HTML image, or you can use the message box on the Google meeting to ask me some questions. Okay class, so that will be all for the discussion about images. Okay class, hello again. So in this video I will be discussing here, and I will explain to you guys your activity for today. So your activity for today is about HTML image. So this is the sample of the output that you're going to create in your activity for today. So your activity for today is titled My Favorite Place. So the title should be here, My Favorite Place. And then this is what your HTML file will looks like. This is what will happen when you finish your HTML activity for today. So here, using your knowledge about the lessons on our previous meetings, like changing the color of your font, like aligning it at the center of the web page, like using headings or paragraph. It's up to you what paragraph or what heading you want to use in this activity, but it should be like this. So Justin's favorite place, so you just have to change the name here using your own nickname. So just change Justin from Justin, change it to your nickname. And then your favorite place, and then here there should be an information first. My information. So my information is, just put here my information, and then here is your image. You have to insert here your own picture. Your own picture, insert it here. So you can choose the most your favorite picture, your favorite selfie. Put it here, my information, and then your name, and then here I put your teacher at Matthayom School. So here you can just put here student at Matthayom School, and then what class, what level. You can put it all here in my information, and then here is, it says my favorite place. So for example, here I put here Japan. So my favorite place is Japan. Or my favorite country is Japan. It doesn't matter if you've already been there, or this is the place that you want to go someday. Or this is the place that you would love to visit. It's up to you. But just put here my favorite place, and up to you what you will put here, what place. So for example, I put here Japan, and then here you will put here what is Japan. Just explain here. So this dot is like, for this should be your paragraphs about Japan. Like that, but you have to change it and replace it with what is Japan. Explain what is your favorite place, where can you see it, where, how to go there. So just delete all this and put your own paragraph, okay, or your own information. And then here you have to add image, okay, add image here. So like image in Japan, what's the most popular image in Japan, or the most popular place in your favorite place, so you can add it here. So it's up to you if you want to put it on the right, on the left side, on the middle, or at the right side, so it's up to you. Then here, explain it here, my favorite food in Japan, and then here put here a paragraph on what is your favorite food in Japan, why do you like it, okay, what's the taste of your favorite food, okay, and then add the image here of your favorite food, okay, or yeah, your favorite food. So add image here. And then what places in Japan do you like most, okay? So what part of the favorite place, okay, what part of your favorite place do you like the most? Okay, so this dot, so delete this and put here put here your own explanation. What is your favorite place, or yeah, what place do you like the most on that place? Okay, so just delete this and change it and put here your own details, and then you can add here another image on the place that you like the most in Japan, or in your favorite place. Up to you what place is that, okay? So, and then you can add more information, so, okay, it doesn't end here, okay? If you want to add more information about your favorite place, then you can add, okay, you can add if you want, okay, but for your activity for today, it should be like this, okay? So I just explained it to you guys. So you have to use your knowledge about the lessons that we have on our previous meetings and the lesson that we have today, like adding image, putting it on the center, on the right side or on the left side. And then if you want to add some borders like this one, I add a border here, okay? So this will be your activity for today, class. And also, this one is your Google Docs, or the worksheet that I will be providing on your Google Classroom. So this is your HTML activity, and here I put your instructions for your activity for today. So first is watch the video provided by the teacher. So this is the video that I am taking right now. So I will post this video on the Google Classroom. Then take a screenshot of the HTML code and paste here. So when you're finished, okay, when you are done doing the HTML activity, take a screenshot of the code and paste it here. So you have to paste it here on the space provided here. And take a screenshot or a video of the output of your code and attach it here. So if, for example, this one, okay, so you can take a screenshot of the whole website, right, or the whole web page. So if you can take it, just take a video of it so that I can see your output, and you can attach it here, okay, attach it here below on the space provided. So after this, save your file, okay, save your file, your Notepad file as .html, okay, make sure that you save it as .html, and then attach it to the assignment in Google Classroom. You can see there on your Google Classroom, you see there add or create, right? Before you submit, you will see there add. So add there and choose the HTML file that you save, okay? And then after that, after you finish here and the screenshot, and then you also add the HTML, okay? Lastly, turn in your work or submit your work, okay? So don't forget also to put your name, class, and number here, and also don't forget to attach the .html file, okay? So that will be the activity for you today, class. So if you still have any questions about the lesson that we have, or any questions about this activity, or if you need any help about this activity, you can just turn on your microphone and say something on your Google meeting, and I can hear it, guys. And if you have no microphone, or if your microphone is not working, just use the chat box or the message box on the Google Meet to ask me, or to ask me your question. Okay, so that will be all, class. So you can start doing your activities now. Okay,
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.